Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Xur, Week 16. It's the final 2017 Xur. Final one. He's up on Nessus, up the tree. Let's see if he's gonna end it in 2017 on a good note. Let's see here.
Perhaps this is why the Nine sent me here.
Not really. The weapon of the week is Vigilance Wing. Vigilance Wing fires a 5-round burst. You gain health, regen, and movement whenever an ally is killed near you, and you have better weapon performance when you're the last person alive. Obviously, this gun is more tailored to the PvP experience than the PvE one, but it's not like you can't use it in either. Vigilance Wing is a pretty good weapon overall. It's just that pulses in general are not in a great spot in the game at the moment. This weapon shines in the mid to long range, where you're able to take your time with more precise shooting. Bursts take a long time to fire, which means there's a lot of downtime between those bursts, so you need to be more accurate than usual to really see this gun pay out. It's definitely not a gun for everyone, but it is a gun that is more good than bad and rewards very accurate and precise shooting. Hunters, you are getting Foetracer. It's back again. Main bonus, marks enemies, and you deal more damage to marked low health enemies. Well, this helm might be boring, but it's definitely one of the better PvP helms in the game. I think marking a target in PvP is one of the most powerful effects you could possibly have because it gives you so much information, and most people tend to ignore the fact that they are marked and continue to walk around as if everything's normal, but it's not. The low health thing isn't going to impact your PvP experience an extreme amount, but it can help you seal the deal on low health targets with more consistency. In PvE, the damage bonus is really only going to be helpful on a boss target or ultras with very high health, and even then you're only going to see a significant benefit towards the very, very end of its health bar. The effect starts at about 25% of its health, so yeah. It takes a while for it to kick in. While Nighthawk and Raiden Flux and Orpheus Rig all exist, it's really tough to justify much else for hunters in PvE at this time. Titans, you are getting Peacekeepers. The main bonus reloads stowed submachine guns and readies them instantly. They did get a buff, slightest buff, in the latest patch, although it's not something that will significantly impact your play with these boots. The stow reload mechanic is nearly instant, which is really nice. It's not exactly instant, but it's only about a second. With a double SMG loadout, you'll never need to reload, ever. You can just keep swapping back and forth. The problem is that a double SMG loadout isn't the most practical, especially on console where it's a little bit harder to aim them. It's much better to have a short range and a long range weapon as opposed to two very short range weapons. In non-end game activity, oh my god. In non-end game activities though, it probably doesn't matter too much. You know, heroic strikes, public events, etc., etc. Double SMG is fine in content that doesn't really matter or take a lot of paying attention to actually do. But I probably wouldn't use the double SMG loadout in harder stuff. Now, there's nothing saying that you can't use this with a single SMG loadout. That's fine. But if I'm only using one SMG, I think I'd rather just use a different exotic entirely. So, Warlocks, you're getting Eye of Another World for what feels like the 14th time, even though it's only been like 4. This helm is as average as the attraction women have towards me. It's not great, but it could be a whole lot worse. It gets you 3 mods worth of cooldown reduction, 1 for your melee, grenade, and class ability, and it highlights low health targets. If you feel like doing absolutely nothing to get anything out of your exotic, and you want it to do all the work for you, you buy this, and you put it on, and that's it. It is as middle of the road as it gets. For PvP, it gets a bit more value than it does in PvE, since you're not killing as often, and a lot of Warlock exotics are based on killing. But with Ophidian aspect being around now, I suspect those gloves will be glued to the hands of Warlocks everywhere. 3 of coins. Yep. And then our Fated Engram for 97 shards. Make sure you buy Xur's item if you don't have it before buying the Fated Engram, please. Just do that. And I would also advise opening this closer to reset if you plan on playing this weekend or any weekend to give you some more chances to get exotics from other sources, and maybe you get something that you don't have. That is going to do it for Xur. Week 16, final 2017 Xur. I hope everyone had or is still having a good holiday break. I am well aware that I have not been posting a lot. I just got back from visiting my parents, so videos will resume shortly. I was working on another anti-Eververse video all day yesterday, but I scrapped it because I didn't think it was good enough. Maybe if I retool it, it'll come out. But I don't think it adds much to the conversation, so we'll see. Otherwise, we have an update for the tier lists. I want to briefly discuss the forge weapons and weapon balance in the game. Maybe talk about Crimson a little bit, and then, yeah, not too sure. Not too sure after that. 2018 is going to be very, very scary for Destiny on YouTube, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great New Year's, and I'll see you next time. Oh boy.